Have you ever felt like your own family didn't believe in you? That's exactly how Joseph felt. Joseph was the favorite son of his father, Jacob. He had 10 older brothers, but Joseph was different. He was kind. He was honest. And he had dreams, strange dreams that seemed to say he would one day rise above his brothers. One night, he told them, "I dreamed we were tying bundles of grain in the field, and your bundles bowed down to mine." That was it. They already envied his special coat, his father's love, and now his dreams? Their hearts burned with jealousy. So one day, when Joseph came to check on them in the fields, the brothers saw their chance. They ripped off his colorful robe, threw him in a pit, and debated what to do. Then came a group of traders passing by, heading to Egypt. "Let's sell him," one brother said. And just like that, Joseph was gone. A young boy, betrayed by his own blood, now a slave in a foreign land. God was not done with Joseph. In Egypt, Joseph was sold to a man named Potiphar, an official in Pharaoh's court. Even as a slave, Joseph worked hard. He stayed honest. And soon, Potiphar trusted him with everything. But trouble followed again. Potiphar's wife told a terrible lie about Joseph, and he was thrown into prison, innocent, forgotten, and alone. Or so it seemed. Even in the darkest dungeon, God was with Joseph. He helped the prison guard trust Joseph too, and soon Joseph was managing the entire jail. Then, one day, 2 of Pharaoh's servants were thrown into prison. They both had strange dreams, and Joseph, through God's wisdom, interpreted them correctly. Years passed. Then one night, Pharaoh himself had 2 disturbing dreams. No one could explain them. That's when one of Pharaoh's servants remembered Joseph. They rushed to the prison, cleaned him up, and brought him before the king. Joseph listened. He prayed, and he explained, 7 years of plenty will come to Egypt, followed by 7 years of terrible famine. You must prepare now. Pharaoh was amazed. Can anyone be wiser than this man? He made Joseph second in command over all of Egypt. Joseph, the dreamer, the slave, the prisoner, was now a ruler, just as God had shown him long ago. When the famine came, it didn't just hit Egypt. It reached Joseph's homeland too. Back in Canaan, Joseph's father, Jacob, sent the brothers to Egypt to buy food. They arrived, tired, hungry, and stood before a powerful Egyptian official, begging for grain. They didn't recognize him. But Joseph? He knew exactly who they were. The same brothers who sold him. The same faces he hadn't seen in years. He could have turned them away. He could have sent them to prison. He could have said nothing. But Joseph wept. Through trembling lips he said, "I am Joseph, your brother." The brothers froze. Fear struck their hearts. Would he take revenge? Instead, Joseph spoke words that melted their fear. "Do not be afraid. What you meant for evil, God used for good, to save many lives." He hugged them. He wept over them. And he forgave them completely. Then he brought his father and the entire family to Egypt, where they lived safely through the famine. Joseph's story teaches us something powerful. Even when people hurt you, even when life doesn't make sense, God is working behind the scenes. Joseph could have held on to pain, but instead, he chose forgiveness. He chose faith, and God used his life to save a nation. So remember, when life feels unfair and people do you wrong, hold on, stay faithful, forgive, because just like Joseph, your story isn't over yet.